Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Oh, let me just get comfy here. Good morning, people. Sorry, moving the camera. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. I hope you guys can hear me. Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, my little doggy on the left side. Yeah. And the sun is just about to come up. Yes, it's a dawn of the day. A beautiful, beautiful time of the day, that is. I love this time of day. Yeah, today's Thanksgiving. This feels very different. This Thanksgiving doesn't feel like Thanksgiving to me, the whole week. I remember Thanksgiving week being um, more different. Just seems different. But yeah, it is Thanksgiving here in America. Live in good old USA in New York City. And I just awakened. I was dreaming. But the only thing what I can say right now about it is that some things are just a distractant. And the dream that I had upon awakening up, and then I did see a vision after, I just feel it's just a distractant. I feel calm. I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah. Today is November 25, 2021, and the time is now 6:38 a.m. in the morning. And I want to talk to you about a few things in my title. I want to talk to you about, um, yeah, I was attacked yesterday. I'm okay. I'm here lying in bed in my apartment. I'm okay. But I like to share with you my experience on the event, what could happen to people, and how the system is failing. And I probably will also talk about the dream that I had. I want to talk about the dream first, because that'd be quicker. I just feel it's important too. I think it's all related. It's all about a distraction. And in my meditations that I've been doing this week, and last week, the revelation is really, life um, will have bumps on the road, but the your destination is not the bumps on the road. Yes, good morning. Good morning, viewer. It's good to see someone's bright and bushy tail this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, you could say hello in the chat rooms. I know who it is. I could say hello to you by name. Well, yes, let me tell you. Yeah, I want to tell you the dream first, real quick, and then about the attack that I was attacked yesterday. Um, yeah, it's all about this. Life is about has distractions to try to mess with your head, and definitely yesterday's attack that happened to me is a distractant. I am okay. I'm emotionally okay, and I think that's why I want to talk about this, because I feel that a lot of us, including me at times, we get worked up, but life on this planet is filled with distractions to get us away from our path. The path is eternity, to move ahead and to experience and grow. But a lot of times we want to get focused on the bumps on the road that that happens to us, and you get stuck. And definitely, I've been stuck with a lot of things. But recently, in when I do mirror my mirror gazing, I came to that conclusion. So that's why I'm sharing it again, and to remind myself that whether you have a bad dream or you experience something in real life that could have been potentially traumatizing to some, it's all a distraction and designed to keep us back. But it's not your destination, the bumps on the road, the bad things that happen. Well, real quick with the dream, I was in a cafeteria. I thought I knew this place, like a school cafeteria, and I was sitting down, and then there was a woman. There was a woman sitting, a black woman sitting across from me. I think I was eating something. I don't remember what I was eating. But the lady started talking to me. She would be like in her 30s, 40s. What I call old school um, Bible reader. And she mentioned, hey, this is an Ethiopian Bible. Something with Ethiopian, or Ethiopians like to read this Bible, and it's black, and mention about black people, like blacks in general, that this is something that um, they like to read. So she turns it around so I could look at the pages. It was a beautiful looking Bible. I think the lights were dim in the cafeteria. It wasn't that well lit, but it was bright enough to see the print on the paper. Yes, good morning, viewers. Good morning. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the dream first, and then I'm going to talk about the attack that I was attacked yesterday. But I think it's all related. Yeah, welcome to the chat room. So the pages on the Bible was like a thicker pages. This may be like a 7 by 8 Bible. The dimensions, maybe 2 inches thick. The pages, nice paper. It was a colored paper, um, a murky color, but it was pretty. I think like a brownish, yellowish, greenish color. And the font was large and stylized print. It was pretty. I looked at it. And the lady, I don't know in real life. Sometimes you can dream with people who you know, but I don't know her. She's a slim woman, um, um, black woman, just wearing regular, modest clothing. And then she was right in front of me, sitting. And then to my left, I turned around because someone was taking stuff of mine. And I said, hey, why are you taking that? I'm using it. It's my stuff. I said, put it back. And I looked at the lady. It was another, a younger black woman. And I knew her. At least I felt in the dream that I knew her. And I, she she reminds me of someone from my high school. And the person had dimples, a dimple on her left side of the cheek, and she had her hair out. It was shoulder length. I think it was that supposed to be that this girl that I knew from high school. I think her name Carla. So she started taking the thing, whatever she took. She started to put something back on the table next to me. It was these little jars. It looked like olives, and it had the little like part of the stem on it or something, and a leaf. They were in small jars, like the baby food size jars, the large size one. And I looked, I said, well, no, I said, no, that's not mine, but you know. And I think she put down Tabasco. I think it was Tabasco. I don't know what's eating, but it was that. And then um, all of a sudden, there was a woman, a white woman, slim, very slim, smaller in stature, you know. Um, and I think she grabbed, like, there was some distraction because I was talking to, you know, I was distracted with the person that I knew from, that was on my left. And then um, some squirmers behind the lady, the lady with the Bible. And then the lady, what's that? Oh, the white woman pulls away someone from somebody else, and there was a person on the ground. It was a stabbing. Yeah, it was a stabbing, and the kid. It was a small kid. I remember, so a small kid that did the act, and then the person on the ground. And then looking close, I see it's an adult man, a white guy, and he had gotten stabbed in his heart. And I told the lady that I felt I knew, I said, "Oh my God, someone got stabbed." And then the white lady goes behind the victim and put the hands like in a prayer position to then use the palms of her hand, you know, like in a prayer position, and pull out the knife. And when they did that, then she walks away, and all this blood is coming out of his chest. And I'm getting excited. I said, "Oh my God." I think I turned around, I put my hands to my mouth and screamed. I turned back to look. I said, "But someone, you know, I wanted to go help, but someone else came in." I see the man, the victim, he puts his hand over his chest because the blood is gushing out. And you know, someone was rendering aid, and then I had walked over. I said, you know, keep him sitting up a little bit, so to try to slow the blood or whatever. Blah, blah. Then I wake up, and when I woke up, I saw this vision. Again, this I saw this flooring, this tile floor that was damaged, that a lot of tile missing, and it was very, very close looking. You know, I was very close to it, maybe 6 or 8 inches above the ground, seeing this. Now, I used to see this a lot in my early visions. Something about floors, and I'm wondering whether or not that in a parallel life or past life, whether I was someone in construction that specialized in tiles, tile floor and repair. You remember that, people? I used to have that happen a lot. Yeah, everything was ceramic tile, floors, and even walls are made out of like stone or ceramic. So yeah, and that section was, you know, that part of it was the actual vision upon awakening from that violent dream. And I mention it because I think it's all related. And the guy looked like the victim was a white man, kind of big, kind of big frame, um, like in his 40s. And he could have been the person that, like, because I was watching a video of this this guy that does meditation and stuff, and it kind of looked like him a little bit. And my tablet was right next to me, and so I'm wondering whether, sometimes when I have visions or dreams, and if my tablet is near me, I think it influences what I dream or the visions I get. They seem to be correlated many times. But I feel okay. Um, I feel that the dream was trying to, it was a distraction. Someone who I knew from who I felt I knew from my past, take something from my table that I was using to, with eating, a Bible in front of me. Now, I'm not into, I mean, I have many Bibles at home. Um, I, I was, I was a Christian, and I had a paradigm shift in my life that started December of 2014, and then I felt with as I started to learn more, I no longer practice Christianity, but the Bible as a whole, that it could be a tool to learn from. It has a lot of principles in it that is very viable. I see the Bible as um, symbolic, and a message book. It's for people in the occult. It's like an onion. The Bible is in many layers of understanding to the different initiates of the system. And when it's necessary that it'll be revealed the different messages or instructions. Yeah. I think more that the Bible is a book of instructions to be given to its initiates, people who are in the occult, for Masons and the like, personally. And I think in the dream, the lady is trying to impress me because Ethiopians like this particular Bible, and it was a pretty font. It was large print because I find it hard to read because my vision for reading is very poor. So it's all these things, and um, bells and whistles to try to attract me to want to read this Bible. And there was a black lady that was um, showing me the Bible, like she's trying to impress me because she's black and Ethiopians and blah blah blah. And that's when the attack happened behind the lady, because she was showing me it, and then she stepped. I remember she stood up, and then walked away. And then the attack that was behind her, a student stabbing someone else, another teacher intervening, pulling the knife out, which she should not have. And why did the teacher walk away? So these are all things I felt that it was designed to distract me. Because remember in the dream, I did scream. I usually don't do that, but it could happen, you know. Um, but I feel fine after the dream. I don't feel traumatized or anything like that. And I realized that it was the dream. I feel to remind me that people trying to distract you. People are trying to distract me with religion. People trying to distract me while I'm eating and taking something from my table because they're setting me up. Because they're setting me up for the kill. And that's when the person in the dream gets stabbed. And I hope I felt that the teacher, initially, if the teacher didn't get help, because the amount of blood that was coming up would have died in seconds, because it was like, just gushing out. So, and then I wake up, and then I see the vision of the floor, Now, is this a distraction as well? Well, there's something about some of these visions when I awaken from a dream or sleep. I want to try to find someone who may know, who may understand what this could possibly be. Is it a past life? Is it a parallel life that's happening right now? That's a question. Um, so, how this is related to my actual attack. So now I'll discuss what actually happened to me yesterday with the attack. Um, I had I had a dental appointment, and it went pretty well. Um, and I had actually get this. This is really interesting. Um, could you guys hear me? Please type a one for yes if you can hear me. I just want to make sure that because now I'm going to go with the attack that happened to me yesterday. I want to talk about that and talk about the system behind it. It's a flawed system. But I'm okay. I'm physically okay. But I want to tell you the story, what happened, and my experiences on what could happen to individuals when they become uh, victimized. But I don't feel like a victim right now. I mean, I don't feel like a victim. It was just an event. But I'm just saying in general what can happen to people who are attacked or whatever what the thing is. Well, I was in an area that I don't go to. It was a, maybe 2 miles away from where I live. Um, I had a successful time at the dentist. On my way home, yeah, it took me, I think, exactly 1 hour to get there. And it was an early afternoon appointment. Then I was on my way. I maybe walked maybe 6 blocks. I was feeling good. I was feeling very good. And yes, I decided to walk there and back from my appointment because like many of you know, I live in New York City, and there was a recent attack on the train. Uh, someone got killed. Someone got stabbed in the neck. A random act of violence. Um, and then I heard on the news that someone drove their car through a parade and killed 5 or 6 people and about 40 people injured. So I said, I don't want to feel trapped in the subway. Um, and I didn't know how long it was going to take me to go there. So I said, okay, I'm not going to risk it. I don't want to take the bus or the subway. And the mask, the mask mandate. Um, I didn't want to adhere to that. I didn't want any problem. So I'm just going to walk it, get some exercise, and come home and, hope for the best that the dental appointment. I haven't been to the dentist in a while. Um, and so now it's over. I had a good visit. I walked maybe 6 blocks, and I was crossing the street, and I had turned my head to the right, because there's a lot of stores. Yeah, this was an area that I usually don't go to. It's on Amsterdam Avenue. Amsterdam Avenue and 10th Avenue are like the same street. Like once you pass 59th Street on 10th Avenue, you get Amsterdam Avenue. Actually a name of a magazine also. Not a magazine, newspaper, a black newspaper called the Amsterdam News. But this was Amsterdam Avenue, the street. So as I had turned my head to the right and just looking at all the new stores I haven't seen before and feeling pretty good, and I was in the middle of the street when all of a sudden a woman, a white woman at that, young, um, 20s, 30s, and punches me in the center of my chest. Hard, really hard. And it just came out of nowhere. It was like 1 minute I couldn't respond fast enough. It was just boom, unprovoked. And as I turned around to see what's going on, because my chest is hurting, and then she just started yelling, and she continued. We were walking in the opposite direction. I was headed south, and she was headed north. And I finished crossing the street. I said, I need to get a cop. I need to get a cop here. So I'm looking around. I see someone that looks like a cop, but right, not too far from me. I said, you have to help me. That lady over there just attacked me. Get the lady, the person responded, I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop. You need to get a cop. He says, well, help me get one. He said, oh, there's one right there. So I said, where? Please show me. I need a cop. I need a cop. This person um, just attacked me. So they walk me over, and then I see the cop because the cop was kneeling down. And so I see the cop, and then I said, excuse me, sir, that lady over there just attacked me. She had punched me. No, I said, I think it, she hit me. She hit me in my chest. So he gets up, and I'm pointing. Yeah, and other people were around me also. He said, there she goes. They're pointing, and which I was grateful because this was done. Yeah, the time this happened was, oh, let's see, my I it was after 2 a.m. I mean 2 p.m. After two. So let's because my I left the appointment at around 2:10 p.m. And so it could have been like a quarter to 3 p.m. around that time. I mean, things were just happening fast, but it could have been around that time. Let's just say 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. And yeah, this happened in broad daylight. There was a lot of people around, a lot of people. So I felt very safe. It was a new area in the city that I don't go to, but my dentist is there. Yeah, it was a dental appointment. Um, so I wanted to walk it there, and I saw a lot of nice stores and everything. And I mean, that's what I was thinking. I said, wow, this is a nice area. Hey, maybe I can hang out here, visit here for a bit. And so I was feeling really good going home. And then, boom. Anyway, the police officer um, follows her, and then I'm following him, and I'm pointing her out. I said, the lady with the brown backpack. Yeah, and the other people around were pointing at her too. Said, yeah, she went over there. She's over there. She's over there. She's by the bus depot. The bus shelter. Yeah. Um, and then I follow him, and then he I kept a little distance at this point when he went to approach her, and I didn't understand initially why didn't he just grab her, but like he's just following her, and then he decides there's some talk or something, and then he grabbed her, and then it was a scuffle. Yeah, she was. I said, yes, that's her. That's her. That's the lady that punched me. And then the cops started coming. Um, yeah, some cops started coming, and yeah, it was a big lady. I mean, way over. I think way over 200 pounds, man. She was some of those Amazon type women, big bone, strong. She was under the influence. Yes, she was. She was out of it, but she was like I. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, she was out of it, raging. And as the cops tried to subdue her, people came up to me and were saying, "Yeah, that lady hit me also." It was an older black guy and some other people. It was several people, and they knew that I was one of the victims. You know, the last victim. I hate to say it like that, but the last person attacked, and they ran up to me and said, "Yeah, this lady, blah blah blah." Yeah, I didn't know that she was doing this to everybody. People at random. So I guess as she was heading north, she was doing that to people. Yeah, and the person that came up to me was a black man, an older black man. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether it was racially motivated. Um, I just know that was a white lady, young white woman, and me and an older black man were attacked. The guy just interesting that the black man, didn't stay at the scene when police were trying to subdue the lady. Yeah, she was. Yeah, they were actually good to her. I mean, it's like they didn't want to hurt her, even though she was resisting arrest. It was weird because see, what I'm getting at is, see, I've seen police scuffles. Now this was a big ass woman, but they're like handling her with kid gloves. And in the past, I saw a puny black guy, tiny, I mean, tiny guy. And he's being bashed in his head. They grabbed the big ass cop, grabbed his head like a coconut, and was ramming it to the cement. Now, they didn't do that to her. Why didn't they? You know what I'm saying? Now, I was telling them, I said, hey, that lady was attacking a handful, of people. And then I remember when I was telling that, because eventually a police officer walked over to me. Yeah, so it's a group of cops now trying to keep her in check. But one of the cops came over to me and getting my name. They asked for my ID. They took a picture of it. And my phone number they asked for. And they get this. Um, there were several cops that came to me that or I should also say that I came to them because I wanted them to know I want this lady arrested. Yeah, I want to know, not just carry her away, that I want to press charges. I said, I want to press charges. She assaulted me. She hit me in my chest real hard, and I'm in pain right now. Well, um, they said, oh, so you know that, so she's just pushing you or shoved you. I said, no, she hit me hard in the center of my chest, and I'm in pain right now. She hurt me. Oh, that's considered a, get this. Oh, that's considered harassment. Harassment? I, I said, well, no, I said, sir, um, she attacked me. This is an attack, and she attacked other people. And then he got irritated with me, like, well, that why, like, focus on them. It's you. That it's your story. Don't talk about anybody else's story. Because the guy left. The man that got hit by her had walked away. He didn't want to stay for whatever reason. Um, but that's what he initially said. And then the lady came to interview me, and they said, well, the guy, that's considered, it's not, it's really considered, according to the other cop, she said, uh, harassment. I said, this is not harassment. That is not harassment. But either way, oh, she also asked, oh, do you have any, they said, well, we can't see anything. And are you bleeding anywhere? Or, I said, no. So if you're not bleeding, even though the witnesses came and they were saying, are you okay? We saw what happened. The work was sloppy. They weren't interviewing witnesses. This happened in broad daylight. And when the lady, and again, the lady was resisting arrest, and it required several police officers to keep her in check. They had her sit on the floor, on the curb, and they had put her hands behind her back, and then they raised it up. You know, I never saw that before. And they just had her sit there, and the cops were around her, about four cops, but they seemed really like compassionate to her. I said, this lady attacked me. They said, okay, then the one that was taking the information from me, okay, we're going to get an ambulance. They're going to take the lady to the hospital to get evaluated. And we're sending an ambulance for you um, to check you out. Well, the ambulance came for her first. Now, I didn't like that it came for her first. It'd be for me first to be evaluated because I'm the victim. So that aspect I didn't like. But they just should have thrown her in prison, in jail. That's what I wanted. Throw her in jail. Um, well, um, they weren't going to arrest her, so I know I approached different police officers that were handling at the scene because I wanted them to know no, there's no harassment. This lady attacked me and other people. They just kind of like stood there, and I get it. They weren't going to arrest, just send her to a hospital to be evaluated. And I was upset about that. I said, I can't believe this. Someone could just walk around punching people, elbowing them, cursing them out. It's a danger. What if I was a child or someone with a heart condition? What if my heart failure? You get blunt force to your heart, it can stop. I was in pain for quite a while, um, and stunned because I realized because they just had her sit on the ground and the cops around her for quite a while, and they're not going to arrest her. So the ambulance come for me. Yeah, I was concerned that trauma happened to my heart. Um, yeah, that lady was strong. um, in short, um, the EKG was fine, and I said, well, they said we can take you to find out if you had any cardiac, probably a cardiac unit at such and such hospital. That's the closest one. I told them that I'm a veteran and that I usually go to the VA hospital, but they said they don't have a coronary unit, and we want them to give you a blood test. This is what the EMT people are saying. We want you to get uh, the blood test that would indicate any heart, any stress to the heart and signs of a heart attack. So I said, okay. Then the female cop, came back to the ambulance where I was now inside to give me more information. They said, you need to go to such and such precinct. Um, we have your info in case we need to get in contact with you. What else? Now, interesting. Why would they need all that if they're not going to arrest her? So it's not so you know so it won't be anything, a trial or anything like that. But they want my information. So it's just interesting, right? Um, I was gonna get at, yeah. So they gave me her name and the officer. Yeah, interesting. The man that initially got the lady, the cop that I got, he's not the one that did the report. Interesting. I said, um, because she said that she's not writing the report, but this other cop. I said, oh, the one wearing the such and such. She says, no, the other one. And I thought it was weird. How come he's taking the report, not the one that I summoned, that I told, hey, this lady attacked me. So it was interesting how things get shuffled. See, I think this is very important information because it's a lack of continuity, that the people involved, it gets shuffled around to different people. And so information could be lost. This is very important. And it could make or break a case. Um, yeah, it's very important. And I think it's also important what I want to say that is a difference between a closed fist and more of an open hand. Um, I don't think that it was a fist that she had, but she used the butt of her hand and to thrust it in my chest. Well, for police officers, it's a difference if it's a closed fist or more of an open fist. And I think that's what screwed me. It happened so fast, and I don't want to lie. I want to tell what happened, my understanding what happened. But she, because they want to present her, oh, she sort of just shoved you. I said, no, she punched me. She hit me. That's what I said. She hit me in my chest, and she hurt me. I am in pain right now. But how they switched it right away. Oh, so she just shoved you? No, she punched me. She with all her force. I said she hit me with all her force in the center of my chest. Um, I think you have to be very careful of the wording that you use. Because I said hit initially, and I think that's what screwed it. And then they said, well, you're not bleeding. We don't see anything. Are you bleeding any? So if there's blood, anything that is something else, then that's not considered. Yeah. So they say because there's no blood and they don't see any visible wounds, that it is to be classified. Get it? Is to be classified as harassment. Could you believe that, people? Do you understand? Do you hear me? Please type of one that you hear me, that you understand. Could you imagine, people? You get hit. What if I was a real, real, real old person and fell to they're going to say that's harassment because you don't see any blood. You don't see, hello. So, what is going on, people? How is it that they're going to make an assessment and call it harassment? Harassment. And that's what they're going to put in the police report. Could you believe that, people? See, I share this because, see, it's information and it shows how right away, even though that police officer, because I spoke to more than one police officer there, to stress it, this person hurt me and other people, and that no, they want to talk about other people. Why not? Letting them know I'm not. Wasn't just a random. The lady's on a spree and walking the street and hitting people. This wasn't a petite person. This was a big ass woman. One of those Amazon big bone women who's under some type of chemical. She was a white woman, yes. Heavy set. Uh, really, uh, she was she was strong. And you know what? If she did have like a closed fist, I think I could have passed out. It was like the portion of her hand, like where your wrist and the meaty part of your hand. Let me show you, like like this is my hand, like this part, the butt of the hand. She went boom, like that. If she used her fists, boy, I I think I would have been on the ground. That could have caused cardiac arrest. Yeah, it was that powerful. It was that powerful of a punch. Yeah, some lady that she looked like an out of towner too. She didn't look like a local, person that lived in the area. Yeah, in my opinion, she looked like a visitor. You have a lot of um, new whites that come in from other states, the drug addicts. Oh, I almost remember something else when I was in the ambulance, and the one of the cops, the female cop, who was giving me information and where I could go to get a copy of the police report. Um, they said they weren't going to arrest her. I said, you mean even though she resisted arrest, resisted you, that you're not going to just even arrest her for resisting arrest? Okay, because you're not supposed to resist an officer, right? And you're fighting them. They seemed to like her. They were very they felt sorry for her. She's out of her mind. It was just really something how they handle people differently, and how they handled this other scene in the past that I saw, a tiny puny guy, and they were really, really violent towards this man. Could have killed him when they took his head and rammed it. And what's interesting, the person that rammed the puny little guy's head was a black police officer. It was a black suspect, puny, really tiny, 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 tiny person, and a big, big, big black police officer who did the coconut maneuver. So it's really something how they handle certain people. And that when things escalate, what they start to do, but they seem to really want to not hurt her, which I thought was interesting. Um, So I get to the hospital. What happened to me in the hospital? Yeah, the EMT, they took my vitals. And then when I got to the hospital, they took vitals. And they're a more disorganization. They, they, they did something, and then they put these things on my chest. They said, we're going to bring you to this room because we have to check your heart. Because again, this hospital has a special unit for heart trauma. So, and the EMT said they're going to, do the blood testing, make sure that no enzymes, no indication of heart attack. Because like when you get heart attacks, you, it, chemicals go in your blood indicating that there's a stress or something, and it's an indication of a heart attack. So I wanted to find out that. That's the only reason why I'm there. Um, they hooked me up to, put those tapes on your chest, and then they had me walk over to this area to wait for them to do this other thing to indicate my heart status. And they did that right, they put that thing on me right away. They said, okay, sit here and we're going to do, someone's going to do X, Y, and Z. And then a doctor finally came. Um, he said, oh, we're not going to, yeah, it was some time later, because it was a lot of waiting. I was there for 6 hours. They decide they're not going to give me a blood test thing. I said, well, I came here. They put me here to get this heart thing done. And they said, oh no, we're not going to do that. Because I have all those tapes on me and everything to get it done. They said, no, we're not going to do that. You already had one done, and I looked at it and it looked fine. Um, I also inquired about the thing with to get a blood sample for the enzyme. Oh no, we're not going to do that because just getting hit in the chest wouldn't do that, even though the EMT said it does. So I said, well, uh, I'll feel more at ease just to make sure that my heart wasn't traumatized by the punch, because again, she punched me really hard in the chest, in my heart, and I'm in pain still. I feel that my heart is traumatized. It feels, I'm sorry, I said, it feels traumatized. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. Um, so he's like challenging me, like his authority is supreme, because he's the doctor, and I'm just the patient, you know? No, no, it's not going to hurt to do it just to make sure and put me at ease. Says, if you would have collapsed on the floor, he said, after getting punched and get knocked out, then I can see myself doing a blood test. But since you didn't pass out, um, it's probably okay. So I'm not going to do it. Wow. Isn't that something? Then he walks away. I know there's different things. They also have I do not have insurance because I go to the VA hospital since I'm a veteran, and I get my medical care, and if I need medicines, for free. So I said I do not. I said I'm a veteran and I do not have insurance. I go to the VA hospital and uh, to contact them, let them know that I'm here. So what's owed, that they'll handle it. Um, yeah, they have different units. Like I had several people, women, they had volunteers that came to me, and they're very nice. Yeah, there's some things that were very positive about it. Had a volunteer. that came, um, asked if I needed anything. Um, Another lady, what do you call it, business something. All these different titles and stuff. It was about, they're like a representative of the hospital, and if you don't have insurance, she wanted to know, like, how to word this now. Um, to my understanding, um, in situations with non-insurance, and when she found out that I was a victim of a crime, that they'll get that I don't have to pay. There's a special fund. Get this: if you are a victim of a crime, if you get attacked, um, they'll get the money from a fund that they have for people who are, not to worry. Just don't worry. We'll get the money or something. It'll be handled through a different such and such. She was using terminology that I wasn't really, because I didn't really understand. And I told her, I said, I don't really understand who you are at this hospital, because the title something business or something. But in short, to my understanding, um, based on your, you know, money, and based on what they have different means of a way that they can get paid. And I guess it's an organization that will pay for visits like this. Because one, I'm a veteran. Two, I was a victim of a crime. And so they pretty much would say, just everything's okay. We can get from this other agency or something like that, which I thought was very interesting. She was very reassuring. Um, and then she left. Yeah, they did give me food. Um, yeah, that some aspects that they were polite, and I started to give word of thanks, um, to the universe, and yeah, the mask. They wanted you to wear a mask. I didn't want to wear the mask. At one point, I pulled the mask off when I was walking. Yeah, I don't want to wear the mask. You get a hit in the chest. You want to be able to breathe in. Having a mask over your mouth and nose when you had a chest trauma, uh, you want to get oxygen. So interesting, most of the people left me alone, but it was the people of color that were insistent, not the doctors, not the volunteers. None of them said anything about my not having a mask on, but some of the people of color, which I thought was interesting. So they're not concerned. I mean, like, if you're protected. Why do I have to wear the mask? Yeah, I don't believe in the mask. If you want to wear a mask, you put it on yourself. If you don't want to wear a mask and you want to breathe, so that was my only concern about that. I was a little angry, because see, it doesn't, see, if something airborne, the mask is not going to help. It gets in your eyes, it gets in your ears, it's open. The mask does not prevent the virus, and they know that. So I just, I had my own. I didn't want to wear their blue mask. So I did have my own mask. I did, and I put it on when I had to put it on again when I was walking to, across with the nurses station and everything. And then I pulled it off when I was on my way out. I pulled it off and left. You know, um, it was an interesting experience, and that I'm this this is a learning lesson. Um, how things could, in an instant, be classified as something, whether assault versus harassment, by what you say, if there's blood or not. And you think if I did the same thing to, if someone did the same thing to a cop, hit them in the chest with the open hand, but the butt of the hand, you think that would be just considered harassment? And if they hurt you, see that? It's not equal. It's not equal. I told myself as I was sitting there in the hospital, I said to myself, I'm not going to let this event pull me down. And I told the EMS, I was telling people, I said, I still love New York. I said, I am a New Yorker. I'm born and raised here. I love it here. Sorry. I said, I love it here. I love New York. And what happened is really a bump on the road. I'm not really, I mean, I'm disappointed that the lady's not going to get arrested. Um, but I think it's just like the dream I had, a distracting, a distracting of people from my past, distracting of things that I used to read that I was interested in. It's pulling me away and then trying to traumatize me, like in the dream that I shared with you guys, you know. Um, I'm not traumatized, but I was concerned, like when I was still in pain yesterday at the hospital, I was concerned about, because what could happen with me under stress, I can get panic attacks. And I was concerned um, in my stay at the hospital that a panic attack was going to come on. I did ask them, I did ask the last doctor I saw more than one doctor because it was the end of one shift and then another shift. And so I saw this new doctor as a follow-up. Um, I asked, they wanted to give me, I didn't want any of the painkiller, what's that, Tylenol or something. I said, no, no, thank you, I don't want that. Yeah, it was a lady that brought that. But she gave me water, I said, just water would be fine. But the doctor, um, oh God, what did he say now? I'm sorry, I'm starting to forget what happened. Oh, what was I just saying? Something, oh, I asked them, um, yeah, I didn't want the pain medicine, but I do suffer from anxiety, and if you can get me something for that. Oh, we can't give you that because that's considered, get this, that's considered a controlled substance, and this is the emergency room. I said, well, this is an emergency. I need something to calm down, and I suffer from anxiety and panic attacks when I get stressed. That could happen, and I'm concerned that when I get home, and that this that if I get triggered at home when I'm trying to go to sleep, that's when they occur. I just want to have it as a backup. So I'm sorry but we can't give you that and any anti-anxiety medication because it's considered a controlled substance. So this is really interesting. So they're willing to give you painkiller, but not something for your anxiety because it's the ER. So they said you have to get something like that from a psychiatrist. I said, so get a psychiatrist and have them give me the anti-anxiety. And then I said, then it seemed like to be a problem. I said, just forget about it. I'll just try to, maybe take a nice shower or something to relax. I'll just do that instead because I thought it was going to be a problem. But I got home okay. I found a taxi. Um, yeah, I was on 100, I think 100, yeah, 113th Street in Amsterdam. Yeah, um, yeah, I wasn't gonna walk. Yeah, I wanted to just get home quickly. Yeah, I wanted to get home very, very quickly. This was now, I think, 10 o'clock, 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, I got home safely. Um, my doggies greeted me. Let me show you my little dogs. Yeah, that's Lily. And then Lavender is somewhere behind those covers. Yeah. Yeah, my little babies, they came and greeted me at the door. I got, I fed them and everything, and then I just had a little snack. I'm okay. I am okay, people. This is anything. I realized, like, um, I'm not, I see, I don't want to put this monkey on my back. Usually when I go outside, like when I'm going to walk my dogs, I give a word of prayer. Yesterday, I didn't go out with my dogs because I knew I was going to walk far. Yeah, I try to not overdo it. If I know I have to go somewhere really far, I walk everywhere. It's very dangerous, the subway and I don't want to take the buses because again I did put I did file a complaint with the bus people about 4 months ago, 3 or 4 months ago. Um, a bus driver was harassing me. Um, yeah, because of the mask. I didn't want to wear a mask. I didn't have a mask on, and he started harassing. So I filed a complaint. But either way, so I didn't want any headache with transportation. So I walked there. I really did have a great time walking. Um, and then I took a taxi back since it was dark outside. Um, I would say for what I learned from this, um, have important numbers on you. Yeah, I'm. Some people are good with numbers. Only number I know is my number and my mother's number, phone number. Have important numbers on you. An address, yeah, address, name, phone number. Have that on your person. You may need it. What else? Um, Document the people that you speak with, the police officers and all that. Because there's more than one police officer I spoke to, but not necessarily the person, the cop at the scene, the first cop at the scene, he may not be the one that read up the report, such as in this case. Be very be very careful how you word things because they would say, downplay it. They wanted to downplay the event, the cops I'm talking about. And so when they write it up, oh, harassment? Oh, okay. We're just going to file away somewhere. But if it's an attack, an assault, it has more weight. Harassment is not considered arrestable. So, as I wrote in the description, this is a failed system. This is a failed system because it's not harassment. Harassment is saying something and to upset me, whatever, but to hit someone hard in your chest and you're on a rampage. Now, what was this woman? Now, I don't have, I'm not really angry with her. I, I see it's like an awareness. This person is out of their mind because they're on the influence of something obvious. Yeah, and then she started throwing up. When the ambulance came, then she started throwing up. Yeah, I think she was drunk. I think she was drunk. But oh yeah, I remember the cop that said, yeah, the cop that came to the ambulance that I was in said, well, she was mentioning so that the person that attacked me, that her schizophrenia and this and that. What is this cop talking about? Did she tell the officer she was schizophrenic? Because she said it very, like, usually when people say, at least in New York, when they want to like insult a person, they use the word schizo. But she was talking, the cop was talking very calm and very precisely. So I gather that she was at one point telling them, because see, she's not a doc. The police officer is not somebody. She's not a doctor. She's a police officer. So why would she say that term about schizophrenia and something about the medications and blah blah blah? What is she talking about? So this what might indicate maybe she was telling them about the medication and the schizophrenia. I don't know. But if she's schizophrenic and attacking people, is this should this person remain outside? Because she's not nothing. She's not going to be put in jail. And they said that they were going to just bring her to the hospital for evaluation. Well, isn't violence an indicator that they should stay behind some closed door, some be permanently put in a facility so that they cannot attack anybody else? What if it was a child? Or what if it was a real, real, real old person and punching them in the heart? This is not a tiny person. This was a big ass woman. A big and strong woman. This system has failed society because you're letting predators, people who abuse chemicals or whatever, to go out on the street, go on a rampage, and then when you get a cop, oh, that's considered harassment. Oh, there's no blood, so oh, there's no proof that we don't see anything. But you had the witnesses coming forward and saying, hey, yeah, we saw what happened. Hello, people. See that? Very sloppy. Very sloppily done. They should just shove their handcuffs on her and put in the car in the police wagon and just had the bring her to uh, the hospital for evaluation, right? They could have done that. Just handcuffed her, put her in the car, and drive to the hospital and get her, what do you call it, evaluated. What was there to evaluate? The lady is out of it and needs to stay away from society. But that's not happening. New York City is filled with strange individuals. We're bringing in people, at least people from other states, are coming into New York City and are drug addicted. I find hypodermic needles on the ground as I walk the cities. Why would you have something like this in your home, in your community? You have tons of tourists here. So she could have attacked tourists too. Anybody. I wonder whether it was racially motivated because because see the area is mostly white people. Amsterdam Avenue on the 70s is majority mostly white people go there that live there. And then when you go like in the 90s, you start to get more people of color. But yeah, this is a very busy, um, very busy area. It's a very lively community. It's a um, yeah. It brings in money, but to let them out like that, it's asking for trouble, people. So I really started thinking. I said to myself when I got home, I was telling myself, I love New York City, regardless what happens to me. But it's hitting close to home now when you when they actually get to you. Because remember a couple of months ago, and 2 months ago, there was an attempted attack on me um, immediately next to my uh, my the door to my building. Yeah, there's another building right now, another property right next to where I live, and the guy was hiding behind the gates. This happened at 6:10 in the morning, and I was just about to jog with my dogs. Yeah, it was the first day I put on my jogging sneakers to actually jog to the park with my dogs, with the stroller. And as I left left my building and approached the next door next to ours, a man jumps over the fence, the gate, excuse me, the gate, and starts slowly approaching me with menacing eyes. And I started backing away. I was like, oh shoot, what is this? I've seen the guy before. And my doorman came to my rescue. Who knows what would have happened? He was waiting for me. Evidently, they, watched certain people, and he found out where I lived or vicinity. That's why I speculate. He was waiting for somebody, right? That was in September 1st. So that's closely 2 months later. And then um, about a month or so before that, uh, uh, some other thing almost could have been I could have been a victim of something. Wow. Yeah, that one was earlier, even earlier in the morning. Yeah, that was like at 5 something in the morning. Yeah. So I it seems like I have to keep on changing my hours. Try to vary my routine because see, you have people who like to watch and study people slash women to victimize. Now it's interesting that the perpetrator in this one was a white female. Um, Very rarely. I mean, I had once this crazy lady. It was a white lady, and she had approached me and threatened to hurt me. And then I was like, "What?" I was like stunned. Then I saw she was doing to other people too. Like I try to avoid her. Um, and I saw she did it to other people, and she did it to a white guy also. Yeah, she was on a rampage also, threatening people. Um, how do I feel about this? Who knows? Was it racially motivated what she did? Because the other victim was so happened to be a black man, an elderly black man. And I know there was another person that approached me and told me that they were attacked, but I don't remember who that was. Um, for me, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter that an assault is an assault. Because that, like what happened September 1st, that was a black man ready to do something, but luckily my concierge, the doorman, came to my rescue. We have to stop it, people. Um, I think also why I share this is that it is just a bump on the road. And that sometimes some things happen to us. It's just to test you, maybe. Um, but it's not your destination. But it did have me think when I got home, do I really want to stay here in New York? I did give a prayer not too long ago. I told the universe, I asked the universe, I said, things are happening even more in New York City. Uh, please let me know if I need to move. If I should, I said, I don't want to be pushed out of a place. I'd rather leave a place because I want to leave, not because I feel I'm being forced to leave. But let me know if the time is um, now. Let me know when things, because see, things change. I did a tarot card reading a couple of months ago regarding, yeah, I think it was right after the guy that was hiding behind the fence had jumped over to who knows what. It was still dark outside. September 1st of this year, 2021. It was dark outside, but the sun was to come up shortly. Yeah. Um, I was scared. The guy looked deranged, real tall, skinny, drug addict fellow, and anything could have happened. I don't know whether he had a weapon. I don't know. But luckily, my doorman came to my rescue. I'm very appreciative. Yeah, and do good to people. See, you never know when you might need somebody's help. Yes, I believe that. Be kind to people, be good to people, because you never know when you might need their help. I mean, not to base a relationship because you might need their help. Be a good person because it's good to be a good person. But realize if people know of you being a good person, they most likely will assist you when you need help. Yeah, also when the cops were trying to subdue the lady, there was I met some nice people. This older lady, I told her what happened, and she asked to do. It was a pizzeria. She says, "Oh, well, I can buy you some pizza, while you wait." Yeah, she wanted to buy me pizza. She was a therapist. I said, "No, no, that's okay, that's okay." And then another white man approached me, and he was he was say, Jesus is the answer, and blah blah blah. He's just trying to encourage me. But, of course, I'm not going to say I'm not a Christian, whatever. But I know he meant well. So I did meet some people there. I'm sorry, people. I did meet some people there who were comforting, who meant well. Hey, I'll buy you pizza. Hey, I'll get this for you. And it was really nice. Don't forget to be human, people. That's my other message. Don't forget to be human. See, we're all being tested now, and anything could happen to you. And if something happens to you, you would want compassionate people there to assist you in any way, whether it's to render aid or whether to get you something to eat. Let's learn this Thanksgiving Day to be thankful. Yeah, I'm thankful. I'm not bitter. Um, but I'm thankful that nothing terribly wrong happened to me. I didn't get, um, you know, what if I got stabbed? What I'm saying, people? Anything could have happened. I'm not sure if I prayed that day, when I was going out. Usually, like I said earlier, I usually pray before I leave my apartment. I'm not sure if I did, but I still had a wonderful walk there. I was very prayerful. When I go out, I'm prayerful. I talk out loud to myself. And when I got punched in my chest, I was talking to the universe. I was just thinking and just, that's my little dog. I was just in a good state. Yeah, I was just happy, and she punched me. Some people don't like when you're happy. That's what I'm also noticing. That you have angry people there. And, I realized growing up that people don't like to see me happy. I was in a very good mood when it happened, when the attack happened. People don't like, angry people don't like happy people. But this Thanksgiving Day, be happy, be thankful. Don't let them rob your joy, people. This is very important what I'm saying. Don't let them rob your joy. No matter what day of the week or holiday. Keep on smiling, people. They say, oh, you shouldn't be smiling when you're outside because they think that just walk angry. Sometimes I do get a stern face in certain situations. When I sense danger, uh, I put a strong look on my face. That I do sometimes. But if I'm just walking, I said the joy of life. Let the joy of life empower you. And yes, when I go outside, I like to put a smile on my face. Screw those other people. And having a smile on your face, for those people who need it, will receive it. I'm not saying to walk around like a crazy person. I'm not saying that. Like those people look like they're on drugs with a smile on their face. No, I'm not saying to look stupid. But if you're joyful, show it. Because joy spreads. Joy is medicine to the soul. Joy is medicine. New York needs more joy. New York City needs joy. People are just stressed. You have the drug addicts. But honey, I decide when I step outside of that door, I sorry about that, people. Yeah, yeah. Put that smile on that face. Don't let them rob your joy. Don't let them take it. Don't let them take your joy. Whether you get stabbed, punched, run over by a car. Don't let anybody, when they take your joy, then you lose everything. This person who was under some type of influence, they don't have joy. This lady was on a rampage yesterday, punching, hitting people. And she's one of those mammoth sized women, not those petite women. This was a big ass woman. Yep. And she could have caused me serious harm yesterday. You punch someone in the heart area, that is serious. And for the police officer to call the attack that happened to me harassment, which meant that she wasn't going to be arrested, but just taken in the hospital for evaluation. And that's it. And yes, they took a picture of my ID and they got my phone number. Well, if you know that that's going to just be the case, why even ask for my name and address and phone number if she's not going to be arrested? And classifying it as harassment. See, that is a problem. So I that aspect of it, I do want to address the commissioner. How you classify certain things and then letting them go. That is pathetic. But as for my stay here in New York City, I don't know. I want to stay here. That's what I was telling myself yesterday. I like New York City. See, isn't this a beautiful skyline, people? This is beautiful. I don't want to leave this. Not to say I'm materialistic or anything. I've been here for 19 years. I think a little over 19 years. And I don't have a car. I can get around. I feel very independent here. I don't have to depend on people here. But when you live in other areas, you need a car, you need this, you need that. It's more dependency. Here I have a free lifestyle, a lot of things to see, and it costs a lot of money moving. Where could you move to? Tell me, those of you who are out there, and my birthday's coming up. Yeah, my birthday's on December 5, just what's that, a week? A week from Sunday. So it's like a week and a half from now. Get this, people, I will be 59 years old. I will be 59 big ones. And I love it here. This is my home. I'm born and raised in New York City. I was born and raised in Queens, New York. And I always worked in Manhattan, where I live now. Manhattan is my playground. I've always loved Manhattan. And I still love it. But I don't love what's happening to its people. We're losing our humanity. So I encourage you people this beautiful Thanksgiving Day, do not forget your humanity. Do not forget your humanity. You need your humanity to keep you going. And that, as I mentioned earlier, you may develop dreams and things like that to distract you. I shared you about the dream that I had this morning as well as the attack because I think they're related. It's about distraction. That life have the bumps on the road, and that the system wants you to focus on the bumps on the road, but the bumps on the road is not your destination. Your destination is infinity, people. Your destination is infinity. Don't get stuck. And yes, sometimes maybe it'd be wise to move from an area. I wouldn't know where to go to really. It's challenging. You're going on 59. You've been here for, you're born and raised here. You lived in this unit for over 18 years. Where to move to? Where is it safe? I'm not a millionaire. Where you go? It's expensive out there. You go and move other places, it's very expensive. They're crazy people in every state. You go anywhere in a big city in New York City, I mean, you go to any major city, you have the same thing now with this pandemic. They're letting the homeless, they're letting the drug addicts out on the street to harass people, to do bodily harm, to traumatize people. So that when you're traumatized, now the system can control you. That's what it's all about. Keep these crazy people out on the street to make you afraid so they can. Sorry about that, people. The live stream starts to get compromised. Yeah. See, there's really no way to hide. And that's why I'm stressing to keep your joy, regardless what these people try to do. They're trying to rob you of your joy. And now the system is challenging me and to actually be attacked at no provocation on my part. I wasn't even looking her direction. I was looking to my right and she was on my left. And then, boom, the impact in my chest. Wow. See, people don't like happy people. People don't, I don't know. It's like people don't like my joy. I was victimized as a child by so called family members. I went to a very violent elementary school and junior high school. And I lived in fear most of my life. But I'm at a point now, I said, I decided that when I go outside, I'm going to put a smile on my face. Because, I'm actually, see, I remember as a little girl once, I might have been around 3 years of age. Yeah, I think it was about three. And I woke up one morning and I was laughing. And I woke up laughing. And I don't know what I was dreaming, but I just was laughing when I woke up. And I always remembered that for whatever reason. And so when I go outside, I tap into that little girl that was laughing upon awakening in bed. Yeah, I was in somebody else's bed, one of my other siblings' bed. I don't know why I was in their bed. But yeah, bad things happened to me as a child. But I remember for whatever reason, I woke up laughing, giggling. I felt happy. I tap onto that little girl. I never want to lose that little girl in me. Tap into that little girl, or if you're a boy, tap into that little boy because it's your strength. Tap into your little boy and little girl because it is your strength. And they're trying to destroy your soul, the system. They want you to lose your humanity. Well, I say this Thanksgiving, tap onto your humanity. It is yours to enjoy. Tap onto that humanity because it will ascend you. That's why I'm sharing this live stream. I didn't know I was going to say that part in this live stream. See, a lot of times when I'm talking to you guys, that certain things are revealed to me and that I'm even teaching myself from some of the things that I share. Because sometimes the insight comes to me as I'm speaking about the subject matter. That's how I flow. I flow from my heart. I speak from my heart. And you too, speak from your heart. This is what's happening in society. It's just that. It's to distract you. It's to make you feel like a victim. I'm not a victim. I might have been uh, bad things. Yes, bad things happened to me most of my life. Most of my life was one big zero. That's what my life was like, a big zero. But some good things happened too. That I realized, in spite of all the bad things that happened to me in my life, I have it pretty good now. I mean, I have food, I have shelter, I'm able to, I have enough money to go to the dentist, to get my dogs, or that for them to go to the veterinary, their veterinary appointments. I'm very fortunate that I have the money to do that for my basic needs. I don't need a lot in life. I think, see, when you go through traumas and sexual traumas like that, you don't become very materialistic. Yet people who live for materialism. And I learned early in life that now I like nice things. I like nice things, people. But they're just like tools. They're just like dressing or icing on a cake. It's not the essential. I've had opportunity to buy anything I wanted, clothes, any to pamper myself. But it's just clothes grow old. It just it doesn't mean it's not the same thing. I like to dress comfortable now. I like comfort. I like coziness. I like sharing with people. That's what's really, really important, people. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. That life is not life has illusions. And we watch these things on YouTube or television that is designed to control you, to make you afraid. But I'm saying today, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And it's not hopeless. Even when things get really rough. See, I also tell myself to stay in the eye of the storm. See, the eye of the storm is where the calm is. Okay? The calm of the storm, like a tornado. Inside the tornado is calm. I need to stay inside of it. And that was what one of my prayers were. I said, look, I'm staying inside the storm, inside the eye of the storm, where it's calm. But if you know that there'll be a moment where I have to leave, please let me know. And I still say that. I don't want to leave, but getting three attacks. Last year I was groped. Guy felt grab, touching my behind. He was a beggar, and he asked for money. I said, I'm sorry. And I was back then, I was really compassionate for the homeless. And then for pretense, he said, could you tell me about your dogs? And I was wondering why he was asking me that. And then that's when he touched my behind. See, the mindset now of these homeless guys is that, if you don't give me money, I'm going to take something from you. Or I'm going to get a squeeze. I'm going to. And then in September, the guy that's a different guy hiding behind the gate to pounce on me. And then now a lady actually physical contact. and hurt my chest. I really I gotta reevaluate about how I really want to handle this. But see, there's really nowhere to hide. I mean, I can't hide. You can't hide from human nature. You can't really hide from human nature. Human nature is human nature. But if I do need to move, I have to be prepared to move. And how to move if you got three little dogs. So, any of you know have any suggestions um, about that? I live in New York City. I do not have a car. Where on this planet could someone who's turning 59 years old with three little dogs, where could they go? How to travel with three little dogs? Did you know that flat-faced dogs? I have two of my three dogs have a flat face, and they're not allowed on planes. Hello. So how do you travel? I'm not. These are my children. I'm not going to leave them behind. No way. No way. It's my family. So how do you do that? How to travel with pets? Your family. Ideally, I would like something. I like something nature. I want to be around nature, like the country living. I was thinking about that, living in the country, a very rural area. Yeah, I think about that rural living versus urban. I mean, I like urban living, but it's getting tight. You don't want to walk somewhere and fear. I don't want to walk in fear. I want to play it smart. I mean, I don't go out at night. I don't do that. The attack that happened to me yesterday happened around two something in the afternoon, around a lot of people in a very major shopping district. Yeah. So I try to play it safe, but there's a point where playing it safe is not enough. I mean, you can do you don't want to be a hermit in your house. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that, but I do want to use wisdom, and I'm not going to be. I'm not going to stay stuck in an apartment. My little dogs, they need their exercise. I need my exercise, and again, I want to enjoy living. I want to enjoy living, and those people who are still on here. Life is about enjoyment, enjoying you, enjoying your friends, enjoying family. To focus on what's really important in life. Anything could have happened to me yesterday. So that's my little doggy. Come on, get down. I see you, Lily. Yeah, she's my little girl. She just turned 12. Yeah, she's little Lily. And Lily is good for like when I get upset. Oh, look her face. I like to hug her. Out of my three dogs, when I'm upset, emotional distress, I hold her. She's a good girl. She is a good girl. Yeah. Yeah, life is to be lived and enjoyed. So you make sure this Thanksgiving, uh, tell those people who are significant to you that thank them for being around. Thank them. Enjoy. Enjoy. If you're gonna have that pie, have a nice slice of pie or cake. Enjoy your food. Enjoy your food this Thanksgiving. I don't, I mean, I don't, I'm not into the pilgrims, but I like Thanksgiving Day because I like Thanksgiving Day. I love the season. I love the fall. I love fall. I love the fall. So I'm not celebrating a bunch of pilgrims. I'm celebrating life. That, the fall is about the peak of development, when the nuts and the harvest time. It's about harvest time. Have a harvest for your life. Have a bountiful harvest for your life. That's what Thanksgiving means to me. Not about pilgrims, but about the harvest, about the fullness of life. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family and friends. Anything could have happened to me yesterday. That lady could have stabbed me with a knife in my chest. Anything could have happened. And I'm grateful that I was not seriously hurt. It did hurt me, but I got checked out, and I was not seriously hurt from the attack. It was a sucker punch. Yes, things like this happen. People get sucker punched. You may not even see it coming. And bam, that happens. Wow. Well, I'm not bitter, and I'm thankful that the universe is placing a positive energy upon me, not to be traumatized, but I'm thankful about life. I want to love life. Love life, people. Love it. Don't be afraid. I was afraid all my life. Yeah, you don't know what I was like as a child or teen or even my 20s and 30s. I was a very fearful person, anxious person. And then I have the paradigm shift in 2015. No, end of 2014, but I've been on this journey. I mean, I think it's really a lot. Yeah, learn from your story. We all have stories. Learn from it. Please don't be bitter in life. I don't want to be bitter about this attack. But know that, things could happen. But I'm going to still walk out there with a smile on my fucking face. Excuse my French. I say it like this because, see, they want to rob your joy. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go out there with a big ass smile this morning if I go outside. Defy them. Defy the system who wants you to walk around with a scowl on your face. Fuck them. Enjoy you. Enjoy your body. Enjoy good living. Good living is the best revenge. Remember that. Someone told me that long time ago. Good living is the best revenge. Do you know who coined that expression, or saying, I should say? Good living is the best revenge, and they don't want to see me with a smile on my face. Well, fuck you. And those who think are poor and violent, and using the race card, using this card, that card, and fuck them. These are all bumps on the road, okay? These things are bumps on the road to pull you away from your joyful living. Well, this Thanksgiving, you give thanks. And you go out, if you go outside today, put a smile on your face and say, fuck the system. I'm going to be joyful regardless this Thanksgiving and every day of the year. Because the joy of the Lord is, the joy of living is your strength, It is. And they want to rob you of that. That lady who attacked me had no joy in her because she has whatever issues, whatever traumas. All the guys that get angry because the girlfriends left them and so they hate all women. Right? You got men like that too. Yeah? See? They lost the power of joy. To be joyful regardless. I'm very thankful that right at this moment. I'm very glad that I'm sharing this with you. I feel it's necessary. I didn't know that I was going to talk like this, but I think it's necessary. I always go with the flow. I go with the flow when I do my live streams. Yes, and that's the way to go. I'm not here to please the whole world. Those of you who are here to hear, we're here. Those of you who mean to hear this are going to hear it. So let me read the last comment. Someone wrote something. Oops. Let me see what they wrote. Let's see. Okay, Sophia. Okay, she said, "This is so sad to hear. I'm so, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. And you are right. Sometimes it irks them to see you in a happy place." Yes, and that's all what it was. Yeah, she saw I was in a happy place. Yeah, because I was in a good mood. So you can't. So I also share that because see, some people think, oh, if you're in a bad mood or you have negative energy, you attack negative people. I was feeling good. I was feeling good. I was just engaging with the universe. I was talking to myself and thinking, okay, I'm going to go home. I had a good dental appointment. Yeah, I got my teeth cleaned. She did a good job. Yeah. Yeah, she did a good job. And so I'll try to keep better care of my teeth. Yeah. So I can't think of anything else out there. Um, but I want to maybe just go out. I think I'll eat first. Yeah, I did eat first before I left for my dental appointment. Luckily, I did. I think if I didn't, I would have really had a problem. Really, um, when I get stressed or something like that, my sugar goes down. My blood sugar goes down, and I could get real lightheaded. So I did eat before I left, and yeah, I wanna I wanna get ready. It's 8:35 in the morning, New York time, and I want to get something. Yeah, I'm gonna get something interesting to eat. I'm really thinking about dessert. Yes. So oh, this is my other little doggy. Let me see. Hey, Lavin. Say hello, Lavin. I'm trying to get. Come on. He has a pretty face. Okay. Well, okay. So I can't think of anything else, but I appreciate you guys coming on. Um, yeah. Yeah. Don't let people rob your joy because it's your magic. Having a smile on your face outside is your magic. But if you need to look tough too when you see a situation. Yet I didn't see was that my head was turned when she sucker punched me in my chest. Yeah. So in life you got cowards out there. Shame on you. Shame on you. Well, I hope that woman that attacked me, I hope she gets the help that she needs. I hope she gets the help that she needs. And I care about women. That's something else. My th- this channel that I have is really speaking to women because of the background that I come from. And I want to encourage women. And it's like some of my worst enemies are women. Yet I try to reach out and care about the woman because I know what happens to us in life or what could happen. She needs deliverance. People pray for her deliverance, and I also pray for the men that tried to attack me in the past. Please pray for them as well, because men need deliverance also. Yeah. So, with that said, I thank you all for listening. I wish you all safety this Thanksgiving Day that we have. Um, Eat responsibly, don't overdo it. Be good to your body and be good to others. And that's what makes the world go around, okay? Yeah. Thank you again. Peace, love, joy, and power be unto you. Okay? Bye bye.